NFL Week 11 power rankings. Max, who do you got in your number 5 spot?
I'm going to put the 8-2 Pittsburgh Steelers. That defense has always been good past 5 years, even when they've had struggling quarterback play. Russell Wilson did not have a great game last weekend. However, I think in moments when they need him to step up and make plays, he will.
I just can't see the Steelers as a legitimate top 5 team. They're very well coached. They have a good defense. I can't see them going into any of the top AFC gauntlet teams and doing like serious damage. I think they're overrated at this point in the season. Who's your 4?
The Philadelphia Eagles. It pains me to say this, of course, as a Giants fan. The Eagles have been dominant. The run game, just run the ball, man. You have Saquon Barkley. You have Jalen Hurts. You got to throw it to A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith eventually. Nick Sirianni turning this team around from 2-2 earlier in the season.
Nick Sirianni was on the hot seat going into the season. His seat warmed up when they lost some games in the beginning, but they're starting to figure it out. The opposite of what last year was. As the year went on, the Eagles got worse last year. This year, as the season has gone on, they've only gone more dominant, only gone better. Defense could probably still clean up a little bit, but as long as Jalen Hurts keeps it clean, they're going to be winning a lot more games.
I will stand by the take that the Giants should not have re-signed Saquon. I don't care how good of a year he's having. That's way too much money.
Who do you have in your number 3 spot?
My 3 spots, I have the Chiefs. 9-1, yes. Dominant, yes. Could easily win the Super Bowl, yes, but they haven't dominated the way the next 2 teams have dominated, and they just lost to the Bills. And speaking of the Bills, I'm going to put them in my 2 spots. Yes, they had a bad loss to the Ravens, and I think the Texans earlier in the season, but since then, they've absolutely dominated in a rebuilding year. This was supposed to be a rebuilding year. They got rid of Stephon Diggs, and the offense has clicked even more. Spread the wealth. Nobody cares who gets the ball. Josh Allen, MVP season loading. I got to put the Bills at 2.
Yeah, I would argue it's never a rebuild year for the Bills as long as you have 17 as your quarterback. When Josh Allen has the ball in his hands, he can do whatever, whenever. And you saw it last game. Pure takeover at the end here. Give me the ball. I'm going to run it in myself.
Beast.
I saw a tweet. He was not going to let this come down to a coin toss again like it did a few years ago. We probably just witnessed the AFC Championship game, and I wouldn't be surprised if it has the same outcome. So, number 1, who do you got?
I got the Detroit Lions, man. It has to be the Lions. They're beating up on bad teams, sure, but they're beating the crap out of bad teams. I mean, they're dropping a 50 burger like it's nothing. Jared Goff is the perfect game manager. You have Jameson Williams, who somehow catches 4 balls for 150 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs in the run game. Oh my God, man. I mean, how do you slow that team down?
You know, they say winning is very hard to do in the NFL. Well, the Detroit Lions make it look easy. They're one of the only teams that I've ever watched that make football games winning look so easy. They drop 40 to 50 points like it's nothing. Jared Goff just has to sit back there, hand it off to David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, and then let his receivers do the work. I mean, shout out to Goff. He's been good. Look what happens when you have a strong coach, a culture that everyone's bought into, great skill position players without Aiden Hutchinson, and it looks like they haven't even skipped a beat. This team is easily NFC Championship favorites for sure, possibly Super Bowl favorites. I can't see a single team being able to go into Detroit or play this team and beat them easily. That's what a good rebuild looks like.
The Lions are a wagon, man. I can't wait to watch a Lions game on Thanksgiving and have the blowout be on the side of Detroit. Make sure to subscribe for more NFL content.